That's good. So we'll go through the warm-up. So so it's basically, I'm going to go through the Chen Tai Chi warm-up exercises that we do. So a lot of you have done this with me, but I'm going to go into a little bit more detail. So some of it may be new for some of you, some of it will be a good reminder and like a refresher for everybody. Yeah. So toes out. Imagine you're being held up, lifted from your crown, chin in, remember. So you have this downward feeling in the rest of your body, but the skeleton is lifting up. Interlock your fingers, gently press your palms together and rotate. So remember, go at your own pace. And while you're doing this, it's quite easy to like start to tense up with the muscles here, your trapezius muscles, and I'm going to over exaggerate and your shoulders start to lift up. So you want to be conscious of having this downward feeling in the shoulders. You don't want your elbows in too close either. That will kind of lift your shoulders. And then let's change, let's go the other way. Again, keeping those shoulders relaxed. And change, up and down. So you make a wave with your arms. So again, as you're doing this, try not to let the shoulders lift up or let your elbows kind of move out too much like so. You want a smooth, controlled movement, working around the wrists, keeping the shoulders down, and you can just start to move your hips side to side. Feel your weight into each foot as you just move your hips side to side, keeping those shoulders relaxed. And change. So this next exercise has a few variations, but this is the way how I generally like to do it. So we're going to circle round, and as you bring your hands in, sink into your hips, into your quad, really feel your root. And we'll talk a little bit more about this as we progress into the Wu style. And then from here, push through your legs to bring your arms back around. So we sink, really feel your root. If you bend too much, you're not going to feel the root in the floor. So you sink, feel the root, then push with your legs. So you sink, feel your root. And also if you kind of sway, like there's nothing wrong with this, but you're not connecting to the ground. Yeah, so we're trying to sink, feel the root, then push with your legs. And as you push with your legs, feel for that foot to hand connection. So what we're trying to do is build a line of force, or open this channel, this meridian, from your feet going up out to your fingertips. So you're trying to chain your joints. So you go from your feet, ankle, knees, hip, up the spine, shoulder, elbow, and out of the hands and fingers. So we sink, we go feet, knee, hip, spine, lifting up, shoulders, elbow, hands, or fingers. So that's the feeling, what you're trying to create. And then change, we go the other way. So we try to do the same. So as your hands come up, you sink, push with your legs. As your hands come up, sink, push with your legs. As your hands come up, we sink, push. So remember, as you sink, feel your root. So you don't want to bend too much. And then push, feel for that foot to hand connection, sink, working through your feet, your knees, your hips, up the spine, shoulder, elbow, hands. So that's what you're trying to feel for. And again, if you kind of sway, there's nothing wrong with that, but you're not going to connect the root and build that connection through the body. So in your own time. And change. So next, fingertips onto your shoulders or chest area, circle round. So when you bring the elbows down, sink into the hips again. Yeah, so we want that same sinking, and you want your knees to slightly move out so you have that nice round shape. So you're always working the body method, the Shen Fa, even in the warm-up exercises. And as we do this, we want to start to move the chest and back. So we open the chest, close the chest, close the back, open the back. So when we lift up, we want the chest to open. Then when we close, or bring the elbows down, we want to close the chest. So see, I open, close. I open the chest, I close the chest. So you're not just moving your shoulders, you're trying to engage your chest and back into this movement. And then change, other way. So now we reverse the movement of the chest and back. So as you lift the elbows up, the chest opens. And then as the elbows come down, the chest closes. And again, you want to sink, make that shape in the legs. And change. So now we shift across. We circle the elbow round. We shift across, we circle the elbow around. So here we want to shift, but feel your weight when you go into it. It's like you're using your quad a little bit. And that way you can turn your waist and then you fold or collapse your chest here. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. So can you see my weight is still here? And just as I'm about to go across, I collapse the chest this way. Then I can use the other side, so I engage my chest and my hip into this exercise as well. So it's not just shifting across and using your shoulders like this. We want to engage the body and to engage. Can you see here I'm closing the chest slightly? So continuously. And change. So this time to the outside. So I want to, can you see I shift? Again, I need to use my quad, my hip. So I open across the body. This will help open my shoulder a bit more. Then I shift. And can you see I sink and open. I sink slightly or use the quad and I open. So I don't want to do this. Can you see when I open, turn my body or open my shoulder, I shift across. I want to open, my weight's still here, then I go across. So this will all help when we do the form, regardless of style, whether it's Chen style, Wu style. Take your time. And relax, one arm across. So now we just make a bigger circle rotating. So nothing fancy here. Here we're just trying to work the shoulders, just rotate. You can use the rotation of your body to help with this movement a little bit. If you want to, you can sink and then you lift your leg, you sink, you straighten through the body. So you're always building this kind of connection, working the whole body together. And change, other way. And change, other arm, same again. Remember, go at your own pace. And change, other way. And change. Arms up and down. So just in your own time. So we'll do this a few times and then I'll break this exercise down. And relax. Okay, so let's break this exercise down. So this exercise seems simple, and it is simple, but if you're doing it correctly with the right intent and trying to put the correct kind of technique into it, will help your overall Tai Chi. So one of the ways in Tai Chi we try to relax is to release, empty, sink your Chi, or another way to say it, to let sink your Chi down or release the tension from the body. Yeah. Then the other key thing in Tai Chi is we always want to root to the ground. So we can root two ways. One is like physically, yeah, and this will only take you so far. And then the other one is internally rooting, and overall you try to combine the two together, where you're emptying your body. So through your structure, you root, connect to the ground. Yeah, that's the other thing. Then here, when you're emptying, also when we do Fa Jing in Tai Chi, it's not like we're moving everything out. Something has to come down. You're kind of releasing, emptying as well. Otherwise it's just like this kind of more tense type of way of hitting. Yeah. So through this exercise, what we want to do is we lift the arms. You can lift them so high or even higher, and you drop them down, and you want this springy, elastic feeling in your arms first. So just have that intent. This can be done very softly, or you can have it with a bit more force. So you listen to your body, but you want this springy, can you see, elastic feeling in your body. That's what you're trying to create. Yeah. And then from there we want to add on this sinking. Can you see as I drop, want to sink. Yeah. And can you see my knees go out, so I have that good shape. So I don't want to bend too much because I want to feel my root. So you want that springy, elastic feeling in your arms. As you sink, you want to feel your root to the floor, your connection to the ground. And now we want to feel like we're emptying or releasing the tension in your body. You feel that go down into the floor, and this should make your feeling of the root, your connection to the ground, stronger. And remember, when we drop, we want to imagine we're being lifted from your crown. Yeah, so you imagine you're being lifted from your crown, so your body doesn't go forwards, your head doesn't move. So otherwise, if that's happening, you're putting too much force in, or you're bending too much. You're not trying to do the right thing in the movement. And also, sometimes I see a lot of people at the bottom, they put an extra shake here, and then they carry on. You're going to break that rhythm, that connection to the floor. So it's just up, down, down. And relax. Okay. So the next one, cup your hip or waist. We go over as far as you feel comfortable and back. Down again. So just as far as you feel comfortable and at your own pace. And change. Other side, same again. Remember, take your time, just go as far as you feel comfortable. and change. Okay, elbows up. So you soften your knees or sink into your hips. So when we elbow back twice, you straighten your legs. And then we sink again. Then when you elbow, you straighten your legs. Then we sink again. And then when you open, straighten your legs, sink, open. So you're always developing this boom, boom, and this kind of feeling of connecting the body together. Yeah. So again, we'll work on the 4 first, and then we'll do the second 4 after and combine it all together. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. You can go at your own pace if you wish, or together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And so now as we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, with each, we're trying to also open the chest a little bit. This is going to help open your shoulders that little bit more. And again, we're constantly working that opening, closing of the chest and the back together. So this is really important in Tai Chi, Tai Chi Chuan, all styles of Tai Chi. So apart from the legs, we've got the chest. So we open, sink, we open, we open, we open. Yeah, so it's quite easy with this exercise to kind of go. Yeah, so I do that. So I sometimes have to, or a lot of times I remind myself to try and ingrain lots of this body method in. So ready, we'll go again. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time and we'll add on the other 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 5, 6. Both arms move back. We don't worry about the legs or the chest. But can you see 5, 6? So I want extension in the shoulders. Then I change. 7, 8. So again, I'll do 5 and 6. So we go 5, 6, 7, 8. So ready? We'll add it all together. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we use the legs on the first 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we straighten. 5, 6, 7, 8. And back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And change. Elbows up. Twice to both sides. So remember, we're turning the hips a little. You see I'm using the hips and also the waist as well. Yeah, so the hips and the waist. And the first one's like a test. Second one, I can go a little bit further. And you just go as far as you feel comfortable and at your own pace. And change. Relax your arms. Turn. So we'll do this exercise first and then we'll break this down as well. So just go through it. So remember, you let your hands at first just land wherever they want. So it all depends on the length of your arm. So some people will say you can tap your abdomen at the front, your chest, either your arm, shoulder area, and chest at the top as well. On the back, generally, most people agree you either tap your glutes, yeah, or your kidney area, yeah. But again, just let your hands land wherever they go, yeah. And don't be afraid to make a sound. And then now we can go towards the shoulders or over the shoulders. So we want to hit this muscle here gently, or tap this muscle. You can still go below your shoulders, that's fine. And relax back down and relax. So we'll break this exercise down. So again, this is another important exercise in the warm-up exercises to help more with like the internal practice of Tai Chi and like the Shenfa, the feeling of Tai Chi, yeah, like you're trying to create, develop, yeah. So you imagine your body or your hips to be like those Japanese drums that you spin, and it's got a little bass and then string with a bean and it hits. So your hips are that, yeah. So can you see I have this slight movement in the hips. I can shift my weight if I want to, or kind of just rotate. It's not important, yeah, with that specific detail. And then your body is like the base of the drum. Your arms are the string and your hands are the bean. So you want your arms to be really relaxed. So can you see my hips are turning, and so's my torso a little bit, yeah? So this will help with the channel at the front as well, yeah? So that's mechanically what you're trying to do. But internally, what we're trying to do is we want to relax our hands, let them become really heavy. So what we try to do, we try to internally open your shoulder joints. So what we mean by that is creating space in and around the shoulder joints. So you imagine this is the arm bone, the collarbone, yeah? So this is the joint, yeah? So between the joint, you imagine space being created. Then round the joint, you have all the connective tissues, the fascia, the tendons, the ligaments, the muscles, and you imagine those releasing, opening as well. And this is like the internal way of opening your joints for the energy to go through. So we're not merely just kind of turning and slapping. We want to focus on developing that opening feeling in the shoulders. So this is like how we try to relax in Tai Chi. We try to create a sung, internal sung. So that when you do this, that's your focus. So you got the hips, the body rotating, turning. You relax your arms. Really relax your hands, let them become heavy. And we want to focus on opening your shoulder joint. So creating space in and around the shoulder joint. And then when we go above the shoulder, now we don't worry about trying to create space in the shoulder joint. So now the reason we're going over is we're just trying to release, tap here. So this is a place where you get lots of tension. So it's trying to help you relax, release. And in Tai Chi, we want everything to always kind of go down, not up. So this is why we tend to hit here, because the muscles at the back and at the top of your shoulder kind of go like this naturally for most people. So we're trying to like counterbalance that just in the practice. So now we're not so concerned about going over, about opening the shoulders. So now we just tap above. Again, just relax your hands, let them become heavy. And relax. Okay, so this particular exercise, there's lots of variations of this exercise. This is the way we do it, yeah, and those are the reasons why we do it. So some people do this and they don't even touch, yeah. So I'm doing a bad imitation of their version because I don't really practice it, yeah. And again, it's more to help with the relaxation, the release, and they'll have their own reasons of doing that. So this is the way we do it. So the other way is not wrong. This is not wrong, we just have to understand why we're doing it and the goal of it, yeah? So this time, palms onto your lower back, your kidney area, and we just circle round, just rotate. And change other way. And change. Okay, so next, down. So again, you don't want your feet too close, so roughly about shoulder width, toes out. So you squat, sink a little bit, hands traditionally onto your knees. You can place them onto your thighs if you wish, and we want to rotate round. But as we do this, remember, don't focus just on your knees. A lot of the movement is from your ankle. So if you just focus on your knees, you're probably most likely going to hurt your knee. So you got to think of your ankle and your hip as well, yeah? And you try to make the movement soft and smooth. And also, can you see how my feet are rolling up? You try not to do that. You try to keep your feet flat on the floor. So my feet have always rolled, and it's wrong. And you try to limit that motion if that's happening to you as well. Then we go the other way. So again, we want to think of your ankles, your hips, not just your knees. And it's a soft, smooth movement. And change forwards. So traditionally we hinge, we pulse from your hips. Can you see how I'm moving from my hips? And can you see how my I'm not hunched over like this? My back is flat. I want my head in a neutral position, and as I'm hinging forwards, I imagine my spine is being lengthened at the same time, and it's like a soft, pulsating movement. So you're not specifically pressing on your knees, the movement is from your hips. Although traditionally in some schools we would press a little bit on the knees to slightly hyperextend, but you do that when you're a lot younger, not older. And then from here we squat down just as far as you feel comfortable, trying to keep your feet flat on the floor, and you pulse again in the squat. And if your knees are collapsing in, push them out, or that probably means you need to come a little bit higher, and you do that movement. And forwards, lengthen through your spine, pulsing, hinging from your hips, head in a neutral position. And then we squat down again. So for example, if you stay high, what you do is, can you see I'm kind of staying high? I'm still pulsing, but I'm pushing my hip back, not so my feet lift up, but I have to keep my feet flat, but I have this pulsing movement. If you find squatting a lot deeper difficult, you try to push the hip back, yeah, and that will have the same effect on the ankles, the knees, the hips, and the lower back as well. And then forwards, just drop your hands, drop your head, relax into the stretch. Okay, soften your knees, tuck your chin in, slowly come up. Okay, everybody okay? Yeah, good. Okay. So when you're ready, next one, interlock your fingers, push out, palms facing out. So a lot of times I see people do it this way. You want your palms facing out. Back foot, one foot behind a little bit, and we stretch up and then down, bringing the heel down. Up, you lift the heel up, down. It's okay if you lift the other foot when you go back, that's fine. Up, and you can also keep it flat on the floor as well. Up and down. So here you can either make a bigger movement. Can you see how I'm bringing my arms quite far forwards and then I'm lifting up? Or you can kind of do a softer, more pulsating movement like so. But whichever one you pick, you're trying to squeeze your shoulder blades or the muscles at the back to move your arms back, and this is very good for your posture and for the muscles at the back. So in your own time. It's good for your shoulders as well. And change, other foot behind, same again. Remember, just go as far as you feel comfortable. And change. Then from here, you throw your arms back and down. So I know a lot of you've done this before, but we'll break it down. So as you throw back, can you see how I'm, again, extending through my back, my upper back a little bit, and maybe even my lower back a little bit, especially when I engage the leg. So I don't just want to throw my arms like this, I want to, again, engage my upper back so my shoulders move back. So again, this will be good for your shoulders and your posture. It's going to stop this kind of feeling. It's going to help you sit upright, yeah? So you try to engage the muscles in your upper back, trying to squeeze your shoulder blades together a little bit, or you retract them downwards slightly. So that's the feeling. And the next thing, just like the theme throughout all of Tai Chi, you sink. Feel the pressure in the floor. Use that to extend. Feel the pressure. Use that to extend. So you're not wasting the energy. Can you see sometimes you kind of waste this momentum, but in Tai Chi you're always trying to be efficient and you're like grounding, using the floor, building this ground path all of the time. So you can carry on. And then when you're ready, you place one foot back. So again, can you see I'm extending? So I'm extending through my hip and my back just as much as you feel comfortable. Then in, can you say I build the pressure, then I spring off. In, I spring off, and you find your own rhythm, your own pace. And when you feel comfortable, you can extend further through your hips. So it's not just lifting your knee, so that's another common thing I see people do like this. Can you see? You want to extend through your hip. You can bend your knee, but you extend through your hip. And the idea is you're trying to get your feet to touch your hands to touch your feet. So obviously don't force it too much, but you just find your own rhythm with the movement. And relax. Okay, relax your arms. Just shake out. So this particular movement, can you see? Don't kind of do your own thing. Try to start the movement from your shoulder, so it kind of relaxes all of your arm. This helps with more the Fa Li type movements of Tai Chi, and to kind of help you relax the arm, the upper body as well. Because remember, the shoulder is like the root of the arm elbow is like the stem or the branch, and the hand is like the leaf. Yeah, so that's how we kind of look at the limbs in Tai Chi. So it'll be the same with the legs. So the hip is the root in the legs. The leg, knee part is like the stem, the branch. The foot is the leaf. So the movement originates from the root. So not just kind of relaxing your own kind of way. You want to originate the movement from the root. And relax. Okay, feet close together. So down, so we squat and rotate. Trying to keep your feet flat on the floor. You can make a soft, small movement, or if you can also be springy and squat deeper as well, but you find what works for you. So soft and smooth is always best. And then change other way. And then forwards. Just like before, we're pulsing from the hip, keeping the back flat, lengthening through your back, head in a neutral position. And then you squat down, keeping your feet flat on the floor. So again, if you stay high, like I am, when I pulse, I want my hips to go back. Yeah, so I'm trying not to like force it if I find it difficult to squat deep. I want this kind of feeling with my hips when I pulse going back, my feet stay flat. And then forwards. Again, lengthening through your back, head in a neutral position. Then squat down, just as far as you feel comfortable, or just like before. And forward. Drop your hands, drop your head, relax into the stretch. Okay, soften your knees, tuck your chin in, slowly come up. Okay, palms onto your lower back, one foot slightly behind, and rotate your ankle. So remember, we want the foot slightly behind, and that helps you make this movement easier in your hip, so you can move your hip, your knee a little bit, and your ankle. And change other foot. And change. So from here, just relax, shaking out side to side. So remember, if I step to my left, I want to kick with my right leg or flick with my right leg. And if I step to my right, it's the other way, and I slightly go across. Just want to have a feeling of like releasing, letting go through my limbs, through my arms and my legs. stay relaxed. So next we'll go through the bow stand stretch and low stand stretch. So I'm going to do each one at different levels. I'm going to go from like from I guess easy to kind of more extreme in terms of range of motion. Yeah. So first, whichever way, whether you step forwards, whether you step to the side, I'm going to stay high key. So I want my toe pointing forwards. Remember, it's a stretch. It's not like a stance from a form or from a particular style. We're trying to open up the hips, and it's not yoga either. Yeah. So it'll have specific elements of stretching related to Chinese health and Chinese kung fu culture. Yeah. So this is another thing to remember when we do this. So my back leg is straight. My back foot, can you see, is in. So basically I just don't want it out like this. I want to turn it in a little bit. For different people, depending on your flexibility in the ankle, it'll be more or less. Yeah, so you vary. And I just want to shift here. And I'm just gonna, I want to shift so my knee doesn't go over the toe. And but I want my lower leg to be perpendicular to the floor as best. And I don't want to, I can rest my hands like on my thighs, my hips, yeah, but I don't want to lean for now. I just want to kind of stay up, get comfortable in this position. I can turn my hips more, or I can kind of have them kind of at an angle. So I find here, in this position, you're able to open your hips a lot better, yeah? Then from here, I'm just going to come up. I'm going to adjust my feet, boom. And if I need to, I bring my foot in closer, wider, boom. So I want the other foot to point forwards, back foot basically not pointing out in a little bit, and I want the back foot flat on the floor. Shift forward, but I don't want the knee to go over the toes like this in the stretch, and I want, or in this particular stretch, I want my lower leg to be perpendicular to the floor, body upright. You can have your hands on your thigh, hip, or on your hips, whatever works for you. You can turn a little bit if that helps. And up. So this time I'm going to go a little bit deeper. So I'm going to go deeper. So you can see my back foot is still flat on the floor. My back leg is straight. It's not bent. It's straight. My other foot is out. This lower leg again is perpendicular, best that I can get it. And if I have the flexibility, I try to get my thigh parallel to the floor. Again, I want my body upright. I can rest my hands like so, or like so. I prefer this. Some people prefer this. Yeah. And we're just trying to open through here. So we're trying to just open through here statically. You can breathe, you can relax. Then we come up, adjust your feet. Again, you can go wider, narrower. So I'm going to go a little bit deeper. So again, you can see I don't want the knee bent. Want to have the leg straight, back foot flat, toes in. I sink into my hips, this leg perpendicular, thigh parallel if I can. Try to open, hold. And then up. So traditionally in Chinese arts, when we stretch, we pulse or hinge, like usually it's from the hips we hinge, or other times like we kind of pulse in the stretch, yeah? So again, because Tai Chi is obviously Chinese, it has this element in its stretching. So, but you could do this wrong and you can do this correctly, yeah? So we don't want to do it wrong. So if you have a look, so once I've got to my level, I don't want to go with the knee. You see, this is my knee. So it might not feel any pain now, but I've been using this saying a lot recently, so if you've been coming to my classes, you know the years will see what the days don't. Yeah, so basically meaning I'm doing it wrong. I might not feel it today, tomorrow, next year, but in a couple of years, just because of the repetitive strain injury, I'm gonna hurt my knee. Yeah, so we don't want to lead with the knee like this. You see, this is wrong. So you see lots of people kind of do this. What you want to do is once you're in your position, is from the hip. You see my hip is opening, sinking, pulsing, and it's opening my hips, and that's moving the knee, not this way around. Yeah, so this is something if you're going to use the kind of pulsing method of stretching, which I generally do all the time and I don't hurt myself, you should be fine. You need to understand the difference, whether it's your knee or whether it's from your hips, yeah? So let's try. So ready? When you're ready, you can either hold statically, you can stay high, you can go low, and you just pulse in the stretch. And then up, change to the other side. Same again, you find wherever you're at, whether if you're high, you still want, and you want to pulse, you still use the hip, yeah. And up. Oh, okay. So just because we probably did that a bit longer than normal, just relax your legs, shake out, and then we'll go through the next stretch. So next, I call, just in the Tai Chi classes, bow stand stretch with the heel up. So we want to basically stretch your hip flexors, so these muscles here, because in Tai Chi you're always sinking, you're always using your hip flexors. Can you see here? Boom. So you're gonna probably get tight here, and also when you get tight here, these the muscles attached to your spine start to pull on your spine, and you get maybe lower back pain as well. So we want to counterbalance this by lengthening them and strengthening them as well. So this is why we do this. So here I'm going to start high again. I'm going to go from high to deeper range of motion to show everybody the variation. So this width, you can be closer, wider, you gotta find what works for you. So again, can you see my toe is forwards, my other toe roughly pretty much is forwards as well. Yeah, so I can have this leg straight or bent, it's up to me. I'm gonna have to play around with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna tilt my pelvis under. So I really tuck my tailbone under, boom, and I squeeze this glute on this side, the leg back, squeeze both, it will help. And I should, if I get everything correct, feel a stretch at the front. So I know I'm gonna have to kind of lengthen my leg a bit, boom, boom. Now I'm gonna bend, squeeze my glute, and now I've got the stretch coming up and down, boom. And if I need to, I can squat a bit lower or come up, and I will have the effect. I want my hips to face forward. So you don't always need to go really deep when we do this stretch. You've got to listen to your body, yeah. So I'm going to just stay here a bit longer and then come up, go to the other side. So you adjust a little bit. So it's not about the range of motion in this stretch, but you can go wider, narrower. Tuck your pelvis under, squeeze the glute. If that's not happening, maybe you shift forwards or straighten the leg, tuck, squeeze the glute, bend the knee maybe. Okay, there, for me, I've got it now. Yeah, so can you see how I'm kind of working through to try and get the stretch? So I've got to squeeze the glute, maintain that squeeze, and you get the stretch. Remember to breathe. And relax. So with this, I kind of did it narrow. You can, so I'm going to go a little bit wider. Okay, so I'm a little bit wider, I tuck under, squeeze my glutes. I can still do it here, at this level here, yeah? So this is something that you have to play with the distance of the legs, but it's not about how far you go to get the stretch, yeah? So this time I'm going to go for like a normal range of motion. So a bit like my bow stance, I'm going to come down, yeah? So you can see this leg is perpendicular, this hip is forward, heel up. So I'm going to make the heel up a bit more, and then I'm lengthening through here, boom. And here, again, I use that pulsing method just from the hips. I can hold statically, that's still good, or I can pulse a little bit in the hips. I want the body upright. You can rest the hands like so, but you're not leaning, or like so. And then come up. I'm going to go to the other side. Same again. So I'm going to go to my kind of normal level that I would normally do. So I want the lower leg perpendicular, hips forwards. Again, in this lengthened position, if I don't feel the stretch, I can tuck under, squeeze my glutes. So I can still do that. And then if I feel comfortable, I'm going to start to pulse from the hips. So it's not the knees, remember, it's from the hips. And up, relax. So that's generally the level that you're going to go to, but also remember the warm-up exercises are to prepare your body for what you're going to do and train your body just for good Chinese Kung Fu and Qigong practice. So we can also go deeper. So this time, if you have a look, you don't have to do this, I'm just showing this because some of you may want to, yeah? So you can do any of the other two. Like you see, I'm going deeper. I lengthen, my heels up, but I shift forwards. Now the knee is going over my toe, but the weight isn't in the knee, it's in my hips. Yep, so again I can pulse, or I can hold. Yep, so this is another way we sometimes do this stretch. So again, I'll go to the other side. So I'm gonna just go deeper. So I'm using my hips to shift across. The knee can go over the toes, but my weight isn't in the toes. Now it is. Now it's in my hips. Boom. And then I can either hold or pulse. Boom. And relax. So that's the bow stance with the heel up as well, to open up your hips and to stretch the front. So just give your legs a shake and then we'll look at the low stance stretch. Just keep an eye on the time. Ooh, wow. Okay, so from here, the low stance stretch. So we're going to do it in phases again. So you find a comfortable distance. You don't have to be wide, toes out. So I want my hips to face forwards first. And I'm just going to shift across. And can you see my hips and body are forward? I just want to come into my hip crease. I close this angle. I'm keeping my weight there and I'm just going to pulse. Boom. So you're trying to, it's like a pulsing movement. Don't let the knee go over your toe. So you're trying to open up your hip crease or learn to sink into it. Then we go across, hips still forward. So this is just preparation to get into a low stance. But we can also use it to help prepare the body, and it's good fundamental Jibungung training as well. We kind of fold. Can you see I've got my hand here, I want my hips, body forward. And now up. So now using the same method, slightly so, because I'm adding other things, I won't be able to kind of use the hip crease in the same way, because I want to arc my hips. Boom. So I don't fully come up either or come across. I'm kind of pulsing in that leg, but my hips arc. So if my weight, so I'm going to my left, you see my hips rotate, so my body is able to move to the right. And then to the other side. So move, sink. And relax. Okay, so I'm going to call in Ralph to show you this movement. So I'm going to kind of maybe get him to do it wrong and then try to correct you, because quite a lot of the times I see lots of people kind of doing this, something, they're shifting to this leg and they're meant to be turning, but they're kind of going like this. So sometimes it's difficult to try and explain, but sometimes it's good if you see somebody, if you adopt any side face. Yeah. So if you shift to one side, yeah, just go in and out like that. Boom. So Ralph is doing it quite well already, but we're going to get him to, can you see how, if you turn this way, boom. Can you see his weight stays here on this leg, he comes up a little bit and then he turns. You see, and turn your body a bit more, boom, boom. You see, I'm going to over exaggerate it a bit for him so you can see, stay there. And can you see how he's facing this way? And then you come up, boom, boom. So you square up, boom, and you have this arc in the hip. Yeah, so can you see how I'm relaxing here? Pushing into his hip here, so he can kind of come in and he comes up, boom. So he has this arc here, and then at the same time, keep going, I'm gonna get him to also push into there at the same time, yeah? Thank you. So hopefully that helps. You can see a little bit what you're trying to do. Thank you. Yeah, cheers. So now we do the proper low stance, where obviously you can stay high. So where we squat down to the floor. So you can stay high, use your legs. You can use the floor. You can put 1 foot here, 1 foot here, or anywhere on your leg. And the key bit is, if you do squat low, you don't want this knee to collapse in. You want to open it up. You see this hip relaxes down, just like I was doing to Ralph. And I turn my body. And I just pulse in the stretch. You can hold statically if you wish, or you can turn. And then up. Can you see I'm doing the same, where I sink, come to the other side. Remember, just go as far as you feel comfortable. And then change other side. And change other side. And straight up. Okay. And just shake out your legs, just to relax, because we've overdone it a little bit while I'm explaining. Okay, so feet together, interlock your fingers. Stretch up, palms facing up. So again, you want your palms facing up, not this way. So again, I see lots of people doing this. So it's not easy. You want it to face up. So first, just take a deep breath in. Keep your feet flat on the floor. We'll work through the different phases with this exercise as well. In. And then, relax, soften your knees. You don't need to go deep, you don't need to bend forward much, but you want to kind of like have an S shape in your body, yeah, whether it's deeper or higher, a bit like a baby curled up, yeah, so that's the idea of this movement. So you breathe in deep, in, and really relax the arms, again, ready, in, and this time you lift your heels up. So as you breathe in, lift the heels up, full stretch in, heels down as you breathe out, and down in the same way. You can make a little tap to get the vibration in your body if you wish. So again, ready, in. And ready again, in. Okay, and this time we stretch up, feet flat first. Focus on your breath, in and out through your nose. You want to empty your heels, so you can either do this by shifting your weight towards your toes, so you take the weight off your heels, or you lift your heels up a little bit, not full stretch. So we say that you should be able to hold this for 10 minutes. So if you're up here, you may possibly not hold it for 10 minutes. It's slightly lower where I'm at, you increase the chances of holding it for 10 minutes. And as you breathe out, try to feel like you're breathing out through the soles of your feet. In, stretch up, down and out, and relax. And you relax your arms, your legs shake out, just side to side. So you want that feeling of like letting go, releasing through your arms and your legs. And as you step side to side, feel your root. Try to build, work on your root, ground yourself. So you kind of slightly relax into the step. So as well as the feeling of like letting go, releasing through your arms and your legs, you want to focus on that opening feeling in the joints. So remember that feeling of creating space in and around the shoulder joint, between the actual bones and the tissues surrounding the joint. So we open through the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists and hands, so all the small joints in the hands and fingers. Same with your hips, knees, ankles and feet. And relax, good. Everybody okay? So, yeah, good. So that's the warm-up exercises, maybe longer than we normally do, because normally we kind of do it for about, say, roughly 20 minutes, here or there, sometimes 25, sometimes a bit shorter, like 15 minutes, but generally 20 minutes. But for the last few months, I've been wanting to kind of make sure, even all the people that train with me and some of the new people that started to come to the classes, to work through the warm-up exercises, because they are really important. So I remember when I was a lot younger and learning Chen Tai Chi, I would really I just overlooked these exercises, but as I've grown older and I do them a lot regularly, I pretty much do them every day, sometimes 2 to 3 times a day, because I'm teaching a few classes. Yeah, and it does really benefit your body. It really helps keep your body soft, supple, relaxed, and helps that kind of tension away from your body. So again, I'm going to use that saying I used earlier, but for more something positive. The years will see what the days don't. So when you do it, again, you don't always necessarily feel good or feel the benefit of it, but the years will definitely see that suppleness in your body. Yeah, so it's like you're trying to be like bamboo strong but flexible, and that's what the warm-up exercises are really good for. Yeah, so as well as obviously increasing the circulation in your body, help opening up all the channels in your body, helping strengthen the joints as well, and most importantly as well, building that Shenfa of Tai Chi, yeah, developing the fundamentals of Jibun Gong of Tai Chi. So we'll take roughly 1 minute 30 seconds break. So it's a very short form. Here, as you can see, it's very small, condensed, but it has lots of more subtle details in the form. So we'll work through it together, yeah? So when you're ready. So in Wu style Tai Chi, when we start, we don't start with our feet together, yeah? We want to develop, or we want to open this channel. So you want your feet under your knees directly under your hips under your chest, under your shoulders. So whereas if I'm a little bit wider, can you see I don't have that line, yeah? Or I don't have this line, the line kind of goes this way, yeah? So we're always trying to build this line, this channel, open it up, build it up. We still want the toes out. We have to really imagine you're being lifted from your crown, chin in, and there's this downward feeling, yeah? So we're going to go for the opening movement first. So we breathe in, we breathe out, we sink the hips, the knees, the feet. You feel your root to the floor. So if I bend through my hips, knees, feet too much, I don't feel the root. I want to sink just a little bit into my hips, feel the root, yeah? So it's not like Chen where we would kind of go a little bit deeper, can you see? So I'm really trying to work the bones and the root to the joint. So again, ready? We'll do that one more time. So in, hips, knee, feet, feel the root. This time, when you exhale, so now we're trying to, from here, this point here under your shoulders, we want to relax. Here, yeah, this point in the middle of the chest, we want to relax. So you have 1, 2, 3 points to help you relax your chest. And as you relax the chest, the arms will, because if you're relaxing at these points, it's going to affect your shoulder. So your arms roll forwards. Yeah, so let's add this detail in. So ready, you've got that line, head up, chin in, we breathe in, breathe out. So chest, hips, knee, feet. One more time, hands up, so legs straight. Establish that feeling of being lifted from your crown. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so now we were relaxing the chest through 1, 2, 3. So as the chest relaxes, the abdomen has to relax and expand. So when you exhale, the abdomen has to expand, and that, remember, so some of you, I do this a lot because I really work on this. You want to, as the abdomen relaxes, the hips, the knees, the feet. So you're using your body as a mechanical chain, yeah? So we'll go through this, ready? So we've got this line, toes out. Imagine being held up, lifted from your crown, in. Chest, abdomen, hip, knee, feet. Feel your root. So if you've gone too far, you've lost your root, yeah? So ready? Again, in, again, up, in, okay, up. So remember in Tai Chi, when one thing moves, everything moves, or when one part moves, all parts move, yeah? However the saying goes, when one thing stops, all things stop. So we're trying to use our joints in this same way. So we think of our joints as like gears in a watch, in a mechanical watch. So when one moves, it affects the other. So you can see my chest affects my abdomen, affects my hips, my knees, changes the feeling in my feet, or changes the position of my ankle depending on the movement. So you're always trying to work this in Wu style all of the time, yeah, going down. Yeah, and we use this pathway of this line here, and then this line like this, to release your tension, to empty your body, so you internally feel rooted, connected. So it's like you're sinking your chi, you're dissolving your mind through your body. So ready? Imagine being lifted from your crown. In. Empty the body. And then up. We'll do this a few more times and then we'll add on. Toes out. So ready? In. Sink the chi, empty the body. Up. Toes out, ready, in. Okay, then from here, I'm going to just come to the side. So we want to shift your weight slightly towards the toes. Then you straighten your legs, your body, and then your arms. Your weight is on the front part of your foot. So relax, okay? So when you lift your arms, this is not Chen style or Yang style where the fingers are a bit more like this. We want to really bend. Can you see when I come to here, and as I come, I want to really bend at the wrist. Yeah. And then can you see it's my legs, my body, then my shoulders, bringing my arms up. My elbows are bent. I want to look like a zombie, really relax my wrists and fingers. I have this downward feeling. Can you see I have this bend in the elbow? So let's go again up to there. So ready, toes out, in, out, empty the body. Forwards a little, straighten the legs, the body, arms, elbows bent. Relax. Again, I'll go on the side and we'll add on. So in, out, empty, forwards a little, up. And now you bring your weight to the center of your feet. And then you arc your hands back. You can see my elbows are down. When I arc back, I'm not pushing my chest out, just enough so I'm still relaxed along here, yeah? And then I want to bring my hands down to the side of my body, down, and I lead with my fingers. I let the fingers grow gradually. So if I get this feeling of them growing gradually correct, you will get a pop in your Bahwei point, in your crown, or in your neck. You'll start to feel like a tingling feeling. So this is the connection of the connective tissues being stretched, pulled, and the energy like spreading between the 2 points, yeah, up and down. So ready, again. So toes out, head up, chin in, breathe in, out, empty the body. Forwards, straighten the legs, body, arms, shoulders relaxed. Shift your weight to the center of your feet, hands arc back, hands down. Let your fingers down and grow forwards. So can you see I want them to slightly grow, not stretched. So not stretched, just growing forwards. So this time I'll go on the side. Ready, toes out. So remember, you want that line, shoulders to feet, head up, chin in, out, empty the body, forwards and up, boom. Then you bring your weight to the center of your feet, arms follow in an arc, boom. Then down, let your fingers grow. Okay, so again, ready, toes out. I'll come a little closer. So in, out, empty the body, forwards and up, back, down, let your fingers grow. So here your legs are straight, so it's not like Chen. Once you sunk, you stay sunk. So in the opening form, we sink, we come up legs straight, boom, and then from the next movement we sink and then we stay sunk, yeah? So again, ready, toes out. So in, out, empty the body, forwards, straighten through the legs, the body, the arms, shoulders relaxed, weight to the center, hands follow, making that arc, downward arc, boom. Hands down, let your fingers grow. Go 2 more times and then we'll look at the next exercise. So toes out. So remember, you're working your chest, abdomen, hip, knee, feet. Feel your root, sink your chi, release the tension. Ready, in, out, empty. Feel your root, forwards and up, and back, down, let your fingers grow. relax. This time, one more time. Toes out. In. Out. Forwards and up. Back. Down. Let your fingers grow. And relax. Shake out. Then we'll add on. Just give me a moment. Okay, so this time we're going to go through the stepping exercise. So I'll show you twice, forwards and then on the side, and then we'll do it together. So again, I want the same position. Yeah, so again, I want to work through the chest, abdomen, hip, knee. So I sink, I lift my left heel up, I step, heel down. So again, I work from the top, chest, abdomen, hip, knee, foot down. I shift forwards, threading my strength into the back foot. Boom, I don't let the knee go over the toes. Then I shift back, relax here, lifting the toe up, and I bring it in. So I'll go to the other side so you can see from the side. So I work through the body, chest, abdomen, hip, knee, feet. I've got to feel my root. I lift the heel up. I step heel down. Can you see my weight is still on the back leg? It's not there. Can you see I can't do that same movement how I was moving my leg without having to shift my weight and bring it back. So as I work through my joints, lift the heel up, I step. Then I want to work through my joints again. I go hip, knee, foot. I'm keeping my weight on the back leg. I shift forwards, threading the strength into the back leg. And here I want to lean slightly. So I'll go from this angle so you can see the lean a bit better. Then we'll work through it together. So my arms are relaxed. I work through the body, heel up, heel down, hip, chest, abdomen, hip, knee, foot. You see my weight is here. Now I shift, boom, threading the strength. Can you see I have this line? I'm not like this. It's not Chen style Tai Chi. I need a slight line in the body, yeah, with the body and the legs. And my weight is on the front leg. And I want to at the end empty in the same way internally. Boom, to feel rooted. So again, let's go together. I'll go mirror image. So we have this line, toes out. Imagine being lifted from your crown. We relax down, left heel up, heel down, weight still on your back leg. You go hip, knee, foot, shift forwards, keeping the back foot flat on the floor. Don't let the knee go over your toes. Then back, toes up, in, to where you started, straighten. We go chest, abdomen, hip, knee, feet, right heel up, heel down, chest, abdomen, hip, knee, foot. Forwards, threading the strength down the back of the leg. Then shift back, toes up, in, up. This time I'll do two sideways. So ready, toes out. We work down the body, feel your root. Heel up, heel down. Relax down the body, foot down. Shift forwards, threading the strength into the back leg. Then back, toes up, in, up. Ready, working down the body, other heel up, heel down. Relax down the body, forwards, threading the strength into the back leg. So I'm just using my hand to show you how the energy is moving. So in two directions. Yeah, so this is the idea. Shift back, toes up, in. I'll go forwards. So down, left heel up, heel down. Relax, chest, abdomen, hip, knee, foot. Forwards, threading the strength. Back, toes up, in, up, down, heel up, heel down. We work down, chest, abdomen, hip, knee, foot, forwards, back, toes up, in. Okay, so we'll go through the stepping exercise a few more times, but I'm going to show you a common mistake that everyone will make at the very, very beginning when you're first learning it. So, one, you'll bend too much. Yeah. So remember, you're always trying to feel for the weight to spread evenly in your feet, to feel rooted in the ground. So if you bend too much, that's going to change how your weight is distributed in your foot. Yeah. So that's what, because we're in narrower stances, we don't go lower like in Chen Tai Chi. Yeah. So you want to feel your root and lift the heel up. So we want to work down the body, so sometimes you might miss some of this, that's fine because you're still learning. But the common mistake is when you sink, you're not keeping the weight on the back leg. Can you see some of my weight has gone forwards? And then when you're coming to do the form movements or the movement, you've got nowhere to really shift, or there's not enough space for you to shift, so then your knee goes over your knee, you're losing your balance, your top heavy. So and this is difficult to do because you need a lot of strength and flexibility in the joints. You will really sink, boom, into this leg. So can you see I can really use the weight in this leg, and then I have all of that space to to go forwards, and I thread the strength. Yeah. And the other common mistake is obviously kind of going like this. Yeah. So that's just meaning you're not connecting to the movement, or you need more time practicing. Yeah. So we'll go a few more times and then we'll go back to the form. So ready, toes out. We say left heel up, heel down, down the body, boom, shift forwards, then back, toes up, in, up, down, heel up, heel down. We relax down, forwards, then shift back, toes up, in. I'll go sideways. Ready, chest, abdomen, hip, knee, feet, feel your root. Left heel up, heel down, down the body, chest, abdomen, hip, knee, foot. We thread the strength into the back leg. Remember, there's a slight lean, not a big lean like this, just a slight lean, and back, toes up, in, up, sink, working down the body, feel your root, right heel up, heel down, chest, abdomen, hip, knee, foot, shift forwards, threading the strength back, back, toes up, and relax, shake out. So now we'll work through the second movement of the form, which is called raising the hands. So we've done the first movement up to here. I'll show you the second movement and then we'll work it together. So you sink. You see hang on, I'll do it from the very beginning. So now the second movement's from here. I work down the body, left heel up, heel down. I bring my left hand in and out, turn the right hand. I lift up, I touch on the inside. I relax down the body, but instead of putting my foot down, I turn it in as it comes down. And I shift forwards and push. So this is the second movement called raising the hands. I'll do it from the side. So we've got to the end of opening form. I work down the body, left heel up, heel down. My left hand in and out. Turn the right hand, I lift up. I touch, relax down, turning the foot. I shift forwards and push. And relax. Let's work this together. So we'll work with the hands and then we will bring the legs into it as well. Okay, so from here we'll go mirror image. So you want to start with your fingers down, bring the left hand in, up the center line, and out. So here you want your palm to be empty, cupped almost. Yeah, this type of bowl. Yeah, kind of relaxed here. Yeah, so again, ready, fingers down. I'll come from this side. We bring the left hand in, up and out. Yeah, so remember, keep your elbow down. Yeah, so again, one more time before we get the next movement in. So I bring the left hand in, up the center line and out. So it's like a arc. Can you see it's like it's not pushing forwards directly, it's like in an arc. Yeah, so in and out. And then from here, you turn your right hand up and you gradually let the fingers stretch or grow, more grow. So you're working the tendons. You bring the edge of the hand on the inside. So touching on the inside like so. So in front of you in your forearms, you should have like a triangle shape. Yeah, so we want to just literally just shift forwards or lean forwards and push. So that's the arm movements, but I still keep, can you see I don't overextend? I still keep that bend in the elbows and I still have this like triangle shape in my arms. So let's go again, ready? So we'll put both together. So fingers down, left hand in. So remember I'm going mirror image, up and out. Turn the right hand up. Touch and just forwards for now. So obviously we've not got the legs engaged. So again, ready? So left hand in and up and out. Turn the right hand up. Touch. Forwards. Okay, and this time let's go from the very beginning and we'll go through the legs as well. So ready, toes out. Imagine being lifted. Breathe in. Breathe out. Empty the body. Forwards and up. Straighten the legs. Shift your weight back. Arms back in an arc. Down. Let your fingers grow. So remember I'm going mirror image. Relax hips, knee, feet. Left heel up. Heel down. Here, left hand in and out. Turn the right hand and up. We touch. So now we relax down the body, turning the foot in as the foot comes down. You shift forwards and push. Excellent. So we're 2 moves in to the form. Yeah, opening form and raising the hands. So ready? Let's go again. Ready? So I'll go mirror image. In. Out. Empty the body. Forwards and up. Weight to the center, arms arcing back, down, let your fingers grow. We relax down, left heel up, heel down, left hand in and out. Turn the right hand and up, and touch. We relax down, turning the foot, shift forwards and push. Remember, back foot stays flat. Relax. So this time I'll go sideways. The toes out. In. Out. Empty the body. Forwards and up. Weight back. Hands arc back. Down. Let your fingers grow. We relax down. Left heel up. Heel down. Left hand in and out. Turn the right hand and up. Touch. We relax down, turning the foot. Shift forwards and push. Okay, so again, mirror image, and then we'll add on. In. Out. Empty. Forwards and up. Back, down, let your fingers grow. Relax down, left heel up, heel down, left hand in and out. Turn the right hand and up, touch. Relax down, turning the foot, shift forwards and push. And relax. Shake out. So that's two movements from the form. We have the opening form or commencing the form, and then we have raising the hands. So the next movement is called playing the guitar. So we'll add this on because it's quite an easy movement to do. So we got to here. I turn to look to the right, I turn the palm, I separate, and I extend. I want my fingers to point up. So I'll do it from this angle. So I turn to look to my right, I turn the palm, I separate, I extend. Okay, so let's work through this. So we'll do this mirror image. So put your left leg in front, turn the toes in, left hand out, right hand on the inside, sorry. So can you see your hands are touching, most likely. Yeah, so what we want to do is with the right hand, we want to turn the palm. So we move it away, we create a space. But your both elbows should still be pointing downwards. So I want to separate a little, but I don't go past my left hand. I use that as a gauge. Then from here I chop or extend, but I want my fingers to point upwards. Yeah, so can you see it looks like you're holding a guitar. So we call it, the original name is, or the instrument is called pipa, playing the pipa, but I just call it guitar, yeah? So again, left leg in front, toes in, forwards, left hand out, touch on the inside. So ready, we turn the palm, we separate a little, extend. Good, again, ready, left leg in front, toes in, touch. So left hand out, right hand on the inside, turn the palm, separate, extend. And one more time. So foot in, left hand out, right hand on the inside, turn the right palm, separate, pulling the right arm, then you extend. Okay, so before we do the hand movement, you see you'd be looking forward, you turn your head. So this is what this is doing, is slightly turning your body, then we turn the palm, separate, extend, and then that shapes you up, makes it easier for the next movement where we turn, yeah? Okay, so this time, let's put the left leg in front, toes in, shift forwards, left hand out, right hand on the inside. So turn your head, turn the palm, separate, extend. And again, ready, left foot out, toes in, a little, left hand out, touch. So we turn the head to the right, turn the palm, separate, extend, and relax. So let's put all of this together from the beginning. So ready? We want this line, toes out. Ready? Imagine being held up, lifted from your crown. We breathe in, empty, feel your root. Forwards and up. Shift your weight to the center, hands arc back. Down, let your fingers grow. We relax down, left heel up, heel down. Left hand in and out. Turn the right hand and up. Touch. We relax down, turning the foot. Shift forwards and push. Turn to look to the right, turn the right palm, separate, and extend. So again, ready? Remember, you want this line. So in, forwards and up. Back, hands down, let your fingers grow. We relax down, left heel up, heel down, left hand in and out. Turn the right hand and up. Touch, working down the body, turning the foot in, shift forwards and push. Turn to look to the right, turn the palms, separate, extend. Fingers pointing up. Again, ready? In. Forwards and up. Back. Down. Let your fingers grow. You relax down. Left heel up. Heel down. Left hand in and out. Turn the right hand and up. Touch. You relax down, turning the foot. Shift forwards and push. Turn to look to the right, turn the palm, separate, extend. And relax. Shake out. Relax your arms, your legs, shake out. Any questions so far? Anybody want to ask a question, unsure about something? Nope, everybody okay. So we'll go through we'll review the stepping exercise and go through the next movement as well. So we'll go through the next movement first and then we'll review the stepping exercise. So the stepping exercise is like the cloud hands, like in Chen style Tai Chi or Chen village Tai Chi, whenever, regardless of lineage, you will always pretty much kind of do some form of cloud hand practice, yeah, pretty much all of the time, yeah, and they'll call it silk reeling, yeah. So in the Wu style that I do, we always work this stepping because this is almost like the essence of the Shen Fa of Wu style Tai Chi, yeah. So, or the Wu style that I'm learning, yeah. So that's what we focus on a lot. So the next movement is called a 7-star step or stance. So if you have a look, so we've got to the end of playing the guitar, I bring my mind to my hip. I relax the hip, which bends the knee, which lifts the heel, which means my mind dissolves down my leg. So my chi goes down. So that's what we're trying to do. So I go hip, knee, heel. I open the hip by swiveling on the foot. I step heel down, I point, and then I bring this hand back. My left hand comes in front. So this is the 7-star stance or the step. So I want this triangle shape with my forearms, yeah? My elbows are down. My left finger touches the wrist. So if you have a look, I'll go from this angle. So I relax hip, knee, heel, I turn, I step and bring back, like so. So I'll go one more time. So I relax hip, knee, heel, I turn, I step, bring back. As I bring back, I square up to the wall in front of me or in front of me. So let's break this down bit by bit. So I'm going to start with my back to you. I want you to put your left leg in front, toes in, and shift forward. So I want you to relax your right hip, which bends the knee, which lifts the heel up. You're going to swivel on the ball of your foot, opening your hip, and just take a small step, heel down. Weight stays on your back leg. Yeah, so can you see I'm able to, without moving my upper body, I'm able to move my leg. So if I step too much, I can't do the same thing, yeah? So ready, left leg in front, toes in, forwards. Ready, relax your right hip, knee, heel, so you chain the movement together. You turn on the ball of your foot, opening the hip, step, heel down. And again, ready, left leg in front, toes in, shift forward. So you work down your right leg, hip, knee, heel, turn, step, heel down. Remember, you have this sinking internally. And again, ready, left leg in front, toes in, forward. We go hip, knee, heel, turn, step. Okay, relax. So the next bit is quite difficult to get the coordination, or the people I've been teaching, they generally find it difficult. So we'll go through it and hope for the best. So put your left leg in front, and I'll do it mirror image as well. So we turn the left foot, shift forward. So remember, left hand in front, touch. We do playing the guitar, boom, boom. So we work down the right leg, hip, knee, heel, reopen. Now as I step with the right heel, I point my right fingers forwards. Then I bring them back, my left hand comes forwards to touch the wrist. I can leave a gap if I want, it's more about the shape in the arms. Yep, so you can touch, boom, and you want your hands on your center line. Yeah, so that's important. So again, ready? Left leg in front, toes in, forward. You end up playing the guitar, right hand out, left hand in front of your face. Relax, hip, knee, heel, turn. Step heel down, point, and back. And relax. And let's do this mirror image. So left leg in front, toes in, left hand out, touch. So ready, we turn the palm, we separate, we extend. Relax down your right leg, hip, knee, heel, we turn. Step heel down, point. Then bring the hand back, left hand forwards. Weight on your left leg. Okay, again, ready? Left leg in front, toes in, forwards. Left hand out, touch. Turn the palm, separate, extend. Relax down the back leg, heel up, we turn. Step heel down, point, back. And relax. So let's go from the beginning and then we'll take it from there. So ready? Go mirror image again. In, forwards and up, back, down, let your fingers grow. Relax down, left heel up, heel down. Left hand in and out. Turn the right hand and up. Touch. Relax down, turning the foot. Shift forwards and push. Turn to look to the right. Turn the right palm, separate, extend. Bring your mind to your hip, knee, heel up, turn. Step heel down, point, and then back. Good. Again, ready? So go mirror image. In, forwards and up, back, down, let your fingers grow. You relax down, left heel up, heel down, left hand in and out. Turn the right hand and up, touch. You relax down, turning the foot, shift forwards and push. Turn to look to the right, turn the palm, separate, extend. Relax down the right leg, hip, knee, heel, turn. Step heel down, point. Then bring the hand back, left hand forwards. And relax. So one more time. This time I'm going to go with my back to you. So ready. In. Forwards and up. Back. Down, let your fingers grow. Relax down. Left heel up. Heel down. Left hand in and out. Turn the right hand and up. Touch. Relax down, turning the foot. Shift forwards and push. Turn to look to the right, turn the palm, separate, extend. Relax down, the right leg, heel up, turn. Step heel down, point and back. And relax. Shake up. Any questions from anybody? Anybody like to check anything? Now, how's everybody feeling? Just 1 second. Is everybody all right? Yeah, everyone good? You can give me a thumbs up. Good.
It's there, and you're just when you're putting the left foot out, I don't seem to have enough weight on my right, so I have to
adjust.
shift
Yeah.
weight. It's not just going up by yourself like you.
Okay, yeah, that will take time with the weight distribution. So this is coming back to practicing this. So this is, as I've been teaching Wu style over the last sort of 6 months, this is the common thing I've found. Like just basically the question you're asking, maybe in the different movements, just because the way you use the weight is a lot different to Chen style, and it's different. You just have to. It just takes time to get used to a new movement or a new way of moving. Yeah. So don't worry too much. Today's more about getting the taste, and the important thing is the key principle, like all Tai Chi. But they'll express this principle differently. So generally, whenever you step forwards, your heel touches the floor, and generally, whenever 99.9% of the time, all styles of Tai Chi, your weight is on the back leg. But if I step wider, it's not all my weight on the back leg. Some of it has to go forwards. Whereas in Chen, because we do step wider, it's like the distribution is different. Although my weight is here, the principle says the weight has to be here, but I can't be unless I'm doing like a one-legged squat where I can really, like I'm really strong. Some of it has to be here. Yeah, and the shapes will determine like how you do that. In Wu style, the same principle, you say the same thing, weight on the back leg, but it really is, it's more 90%, 10%. And this will just take a while to build that proprioception of stepping this much to this much, to sinking and then able to go wider and still keeping the weight. And that just takes time, yeah? So I wouldn't worry too much, yeah? Anybody else? Yeah?
Fingers grow.
Yeah.
And then it's a distinct shift of weight to the right before we move the left foot, yeah?
Yes. No. So we keep the weight. So I'll over-exaggerate the movement. So the fingers are grown. You keep the weight on both legs. And now when you lift the left heel up, that's when the weight shifts to the right. Yeah. Cool. Good. Anybody else? No.
I was going to just suggest to Sarah about the foot. It's sort of like a five animal, how you in the tiger, how you put your foot out but you don't put any weight on.
The five animal is more like, or the modern five animal from the health Qigong is more like Tai Chi. The other way around, sorry. That's just me being a knob.
But the same principle.
Yeah, the same principle, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody else? No? Okay, so because of the time, because I went quite deep into the warm-up, I overdid the warm-up. We've had a good 50 minutes on the Wu style Tai Chi. So next, I'll share is something that I can't often do online. I'll share like the two-person exercises. So as a disclaimer, I'm not trying to teach you how to fight. I'm not trying to teach you any practical self-defense. I'm teaching you or showing you traditional Tai Chi Chuan. Yeah. So two-person exercises. So some are practical, some are not. Some are just plain right bollocks. Some have, it's a method of training your body, like connections, like internal. So a lot of the internal practice is you do a lot of stuff in the air by yourself and stand and breathe or whatever exercises, but to really see, because the idea is it's meant to change your body, it's meant to transform your body, your mind, to like for the better. So over the many hundreds of years, different systems of like Tai Chi, Shingi, Bagua, other Neigong system, they develop 2-person exercises to make sure what you're doing has an outcome. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. It's like a placebo. Does that make sense? Yeah. So some of it, I'm going to integrate some of this kind of 2-person stuff to see if what I'm doing in the form is correct to some applications of the form as well. Yeah. So I've got Ralph here. Ralph is going to help demonstrate, and we'll go through this together. Yeah. Oops. Okay, so the first movement, if you have a look from the form, so this is we're training pung strength, expansive strength. But the way we practice it at this point here is more of an internal, both a physical and an internal connection exercise to check how your energy is flowing through the connections that you've built through your body. Because you can like kind of think of it like, oh yeah, it's flowing, it's working. But then when you meet when a bit of force, it truly tells you whether it's working or not. Yeah. So the first bit in the form, we go, you see I empty, I relax, I bend the wrist, and I come forward. Can you see just that bit there? Boom. And then remember in the stepping exercise, we say threading the strength. So as I empty, root, bend the wrist, and I come forwards and I come up, I thread the strength because now here it's easy to thread the strength, but here it's not. So I've got to internally thread the strength. So this is like the internal training. So what we do is, so Ralph is going to grab my wrist. He's going to be strong, heavy, hard. So I'm going to empty my body, bend the wrist. I bring my mind to where he's touching, and then I do the movement to bounce, to expand, to push him away. Yeah. So you see, I empty, feel my root. I start the movement, boom, like this. Obviously in the form we lift up, but in the beginning there's a boom, and then you come up. Yeah, so I'm trying to point out some of the edges as well. So I'll go one more time like this. So I empty, whoa. And to make this harder, what can you see? I've not got one leg behind, but I can get Ralph to put one leg back behind, so he's got more of a, like, be strong. You see, he's got more of a frame, so if I'm like having to really use my leg. So I've got to test to see, so he's going to be strong if I have the connection. If my energy can move out, boom. Yeah, so that time the energy had to go into him before. The other times it was going out of him. You could tell by his movement. Yeah, so if you just do the first one where your feet are together, so boom. Yeah, can you see how it's going now? Put your foot back. Yeah. Boom. Now it's having to go into him, so it's going down. So this is also the different ways of far jing, far li. Yeah. So also we can turn this now into a little bit more practical. He's holding here. I've got one leg behind. I can push out. So now it's more like, can you see, more expansive? So again, hold tight. Oh, this way. Yeah, so you can see all of these movements. So one more time, we'll go at a slight angle. So you push and I have to connect. So this is also like trained from this movement here. Boom. Okay. Yeah, so that's like number one. So a lot of them, what we'll probably get through is just from the opening movement. Yeah. So the next one is Ralph is going to push me here. Yeah. So can you see I shift and absorb? I lift and arc my hands back. So this is, can you see in the form, I'm come up, my weight moves to the center and it arcs back. So as he pushes, you see I arc back. So what I have to do is, as he pushes, I have to root empty. Yeah. Otherwise, if I'm up too heavy, push, I'm gonna go. Even if I manage to lift his arms up a bit using this movement, I'm gonna kind of have this type of unbalancing in my body. So I have to root empty, and then I neutralize his strength. As he keeps pushing, I lift and stick and redirect. Yeah. So if you move away well, you see that's the movement. Yeah. This is what we're trying to do. Then from here we're going to combine this. So we did left, raising the the hand. This movement, just this coming up, to a movement that we've not done together, which is later on in the form that goes. You see the left hand rotates. before I come to push. Yeah, so I'm going to combine these two movements into this. Yeah, so as he comes to push, I absorb, yield, neutralize, that's lieu. I'm going to cut, grab, I'm going to redirect. So what I do is if you come with a little bit more force, so boom, can you see I move him across that way, yeah, using this strength. But that one was going across. This time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm going to go across as well, but down. So remember in Tai Chi, we're always trying to unbalance, not necessarily just move across. We're trying to put like on one arc, another arc. So there's like a horizontal and then a vertical arc as well. Yeah, so as he comes, can you see how he comes down? It changes the angle, the rhythm, the strength. So this is how, just from training this here, you develop this strength. Then obviously from here, if he pushes, you've got push. I can push him and extend far. That's an obvious one. Another one, he pushes, I pull him down. I use that force. This is that downward strength. You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is all from the opening form. And then another one, I won't do it.
It's okay.
Yeah. So I push, I strike into his body. Yeah, so we come this way. So I can push him far. I can also push, strike into him, so it goes into him. So I'm holding back a bit, but you can see by his reaction, it goes into him. So there'll be more of a downward kind of hit, like hurting him inside. So this is another way of like far, yeah. And then from the same entry, we have then more like stuff that you can use more in what I would call Tai Chi wrestling or sanda. So you come, can you see it? I'm gonna hip throw. Boom. I'm using the same up, across, but now I turn it into a throw. So if you come from this angle, if you push, can you see here? I'm gonna come in. Boom. You alright?
Yep.
Yeah. So if you said, obviously you slam down. Yeah. And another variation of this is I use the leg. So if you come in, I'm going to come across. Can you see that? We'll try a different angle. Yeah. I won't.
That's okay.
Yeah. Boom. Can you see this you would throw over more. Yeah, so this is the idea. So I'll go one more time, two more times. So go one, I have the hip throw, boom, yeah, two, I have the off the leg, yeah, you okay?
Yeah.
But the same idea, we call it over the hip throw. So these are stuff from the first movement. And then we have drills off this movement. Yeah, we call it, I call it the push me drill. So basically, we, let's go this side. So Ralph is going to push quite hard, push to try and move me. This is his goal. So he's going to go and I'm trying to absorb. He keeps going until he gets me. So he's building both our stamina, learning to absorb, yield, getting this body method. So he practices pushing, boom. So there'll be a point where I can keep going, but then eventually he'll overpower me because I can only do one movement, yeah? So that's stuff from the first movement, yeah? Any questions from that? Anybody want to check anything? Have a question? No? Okay, so there's loads more from the first movement, but we'll stop there. We'll move to this and this, yeah, where we come up, yeah, together. So this one I'm going to link to Chen Tai Chi. I'm going to show you the strength that we train and how the movement is in Chen Tai Chi as well. So quite common, if you come in, push here, boom, here. So let's recreate that the other side. So usually this is like a frame, yeah, that he's got. So this is a bit like, come in this side. To me, this is like turn around. This is like a frame. This is like the movement we've been working. Can you see? So if you do that to me, yeah. So so I'm going to try and slip him and come in, and then I can like throw, yeah. So this is quite a common move used a lot in Tai Chi, yeah. So as Ralph does that to me, so let's switch. So you come here. So as Ralph tries to slip this, I'm going to come into him actually, yeah. So again, and keep hold of that, yeah. So because he's pushing here as well, this hand is going to come down like playing the guitar, but down, and this one with the left hand coming up, I turn it this way. So if you come again with more force. This is the idea, yeah? So one more time, I'll go a little bit softer, so step back a bit. Yeah, so as I push, you frame up, boom. Can you see here? Keep pushing, you need to keep pushing there. Boom, I have this angle here. So this is, you can see, in Chen Tai Chi, you have lazily, you're not just going like this, you're always articulating your bones to train the strength, your joints. You see? Yeah, you always have this type of articulation, yeah? And so in Wu, we've been in Wu, so this is this hand, and then also we had the frame to show you like to try and stop, so this is also one of the movements. So then we have this movement here, so now this is training Pung again, connection, your connection, and to Fa. So it's not really as practical as some of the others or more realistic, but it's a way we train. So he grabs, yeah, you can grab tight. So I'm going to empty and give back. So you get grabs. I'm not, you see, I'm not like really go tight. I'm not like trying to fight him. Yeah, I'm trying to empty, give back. I can, if he's a little bit bigger or stronger, I can step with it, use my structure, and boom. This is like training the connection, the Pung, the Fa, like in Wu style Tai Chi. So this is like this. And what we try to do is internally, because obviously he's quite strong. So if you come this side, so really stop me from, as I lift up,
yeah.
Stop me. I'm gonna have the muscle. So what I do is I have to drop my shoulder internally. So every time we lift the arms, so I didn't mention it because there's lots of details. Internally, you're sinking the shoulder. Every time I lift the arm, I'm emptying and the shoulder drops. Okay, I'm using this to kind of show you this is what's happening internally. So very soft. So if he goes again, like really stop. You see it? Like stop me. I'm having to drop my shoulder to get this. Yeah. So this is like the internal way. And a little bit of movement, slightly more practical, is like a chinna for this movement. So if you push here, so again, he pushes, you see he's making me move back. So as he pushes, come back, I'm going to use this same movement from the opening form to absorb, yield. I pass to here, and I'm going to come and Pung with a lock.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, so we'll go this way. If you come this side, so push, I absorb, yield, so again, absorb, I pass through.
Yep.
Boom, so this is raising the hands. Yeah, so one more. So he pushes. Also, like in Chen Tai Chi, we can use this way, like you see in, in the Shinja. So we push. So this one is a little bit kinder. You see I can control it more, whereas the other one in the Wu style, oh, can you see it's like, and I'm trying to go up into him. Yeah, so it's a little bit more horrible. Yeah, so that's like raising the hands. And then you may ask, why do we turn the leg in? Why do we turn the leg in? So basically, Ralph steps in and punches. Yeah, I'm gonna come in, I hook. Yeah, so I wouldn't necessarily do this off a punch. I'm just showing you we normally would grapple, and then I trap and push. So maybe, come in with this side. So you see I come in, boom, and you see I sweep and push. So this is like this, and maybe you can see like this in there as well. Yeah, just to kind of show you stuff. Yeah, so that's the idea of this. Boom. Any questions so far? Anyone want to ask? Yeah.
Not really, but that was very interesting. And that turning the foot, years ago when I was taught, it was if they're going to kick you, they break your knee. But if you turn your foot, you turn your leg and don't break your knee.
Okay. There are many usages and applications. These are just some. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yes,
cool.
It's really interesting. So very good. I was taught years ago by a Vietnamese priest.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, mi tofu.
Yeah. So his journey was, we did Yang style, But his self-defense, watching you guys, there's such a lot of incredibly clever moves, you know, and it was always his wish that young people could be taught this in the education system.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Well, carry on.
It's good.
Good.
Very good. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Amina. That was very interesting. It was interesting.
I've still got more to show. Still got more to show. I was just seeing if anyone wanted to ask anything about what we've done. But did you have a question? No. Okay. So we also looked at so what we did. We got up to here. We looked at the 7-star step as well. So in Wu style, we use this type of movement quite a lot. Yeah. So you'll see we have stuff like this. Yeah, quite a lot in Wu. So generally it refers to a 7-star step. So one of the ways we use this is, so if Ralph pushes, push. Yeah, boom. And we were talking about emptying the body, or we're chaining the joints down. So as he pushes, I want to just fold my chest. As he folds, I can push off down. You see, I shift my weight. I have all of this stuff going on. Yeah. Okay. So as he pushes, but the 7-star, can you see I lock? Right. Come up. So this is the idea. One of the ideas of this movement. Yeah, so you can see again, as he pushes, I fold, I slide off. I'm not far away, I'm close to come up. So now if he decides, as I'm locking, he decides to bend his knee, I'm going to turn him. And I go this way. This is a move we didn't do today, called grasp the bird's tail. Boom, one of the variations where we, from one angle, we turn to the other angle, yeah? And also from here, as he pushes, boom, maybe he starts to resist, like bring your weight down, so I can't go up, so I'm gonna elbow in. Yeah, can you see? So I'll show you from this angle, as he pushes, and I'm trying to, he resists, so I elbow in, and then I far, again, to push away. Yeah, that same idea. So again, you can maybe see, if some of you done like cannon fist, we have this type of movement, or you've been doing the bagua, you can see the far movement. Yeah, so I'll show you that little. Again, he pushes. So these are just, we practice this way to train different things in a safe way. Boom, boom. And then we usually spar with gloves, or we wrestle, and then we see what comes out. So we usually practice, get a honing of a technique or two, and then we kind of work on it this way, yeah? And then we have, so we've done opening form, raising the hands, we've done playing the guitar, we've done 7-star step. So next in the form we have grasp the bird's tail. So with this there's lots and lots of movement. So one of the key things we practice with this a lot is, because this first part of the movement, we relax the shoulders. We go chest, abdomen, hip, knee, foot. Yeah, so this is really important. So what we do is, because Tai Chi is a lot of wrestling, let's come this way. So you push it, push, push, push. Can you see he's going to move me a lot, even step forwards and drive. Boom. So I need ways to counter or utilize this. So we go to the drill now. So we practice by training the body. So he pushes, I yield by closing my chest. You see in the warm-up, you have this ability, yeah? So as he pushes, boom, maybe he pushes some more. Now I have to shift my weight. Yeah, so we do that a lot in old Tai Chi. Now, maybe he pushes some more, I've got to use my hip, my knee, my foot, then I can use my waist and drag off. So this is, we practice this drill to chain the movements in our body. Yeah, so let's change angle so you can see. So I go chest, shift, hinge, hip, knee, foot, and then when it gets too much I can move. So we train all of this, how far you can go. Yeah, and then if it's a little bit fast, I don't know, I can't go boom, 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 it's just whatever, push, that's enough. So I did my chest, the hinge, and a bit of my joints, maybe push harder, boom, that was mainly my chest and my waist. So you don't know what's coming, but we train the ability, yeah, so that's the idea of the form, yeah. And then another way we use this part of the movement is we go to the push hands. So we use this pattern a lot So now here I'm going to break his arm apart. I'm going to come on the inside and I'm going to grab, I rotate, I step, and I pin down with my hand, so we go this way. So these are all like traditional or classical techniques from the Wu style Tai Chi. So can you see here, I open, I come on the inside, I pung, 7-star again, or playing the guitar, and then I turn, boom, I have that from here, fingers grow, having that same strength. So that's that idea. Then also we have this at the end of grasp the bird's tail. I'm going a little, we have this. This is also we can do after the first movement. So if you push, you see I rotate and boom, I have this chin, this twisting and pushing here. So as he comes here, yeet, boom, this way, yeah. And then off the same movement, so if you push it, I can have, we call step back to alarms, or in Wu style they call it repulse monkey. So it's basically you go back this way, yeah. So if you push it, it goes 1, 2, boom, we trip and throw, yeah, this way. So it's like a big throw. So one more time, E, 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 yeah, this way. So can you see again, I'm using this opening form, yeah? And then after grasp the bird's tail, we have single whip. We make the hook, boom. And then can you see this rotation in the hook? When we make the hook, boom, boom. So this is basically simply, it's a method of, usually we tie up like this. So can you see I rotate, maybe he's hold strong, I need to make space, I pull him in and then I use my forearm to move out. So you can hold strong, I pull in and then I use my forearm, and this gives me openings to do lots of other stuff from there. So this is the idea of this, yeah. And then in single whip, so you turn the foot in, we relax, I won't go through everything, we turn. Here I fold the chest. So I'm going to link this to like the warm-up. Can you see I fold the chest, fold the chest. So I fold the chest. So this time, sometimes people push you on your center line, other times either side. So he's going to push here. So push, 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 push. Can you see I can't do anything? So what I do is I fold my chest and I use this hand to catch or to stick to his arm. So as he comes, I fold, catch, he keeps pushing, so I'm going to brush off, boom, and that's like the single whip. This way, does that make sense? And then we usually we follow wave hands or single whip with more wave hands or more single whip push. I fold, boom, boom. You see, it's like wave hands, wave hands, wave hands. That's generally how it's done in Wu style, up and out. Chen style, a bit you can do it up and down, but more kind of across. Yeah, this type of way. So he pushes again. I fold, I push out, and I'm gonna, this is we call changing cloud hands, and then I can do single whip, cloud hands again, I can lock as well. So another one that we kind of practice off this is, what was it? Oh no, yeah, that one. Yeah, push, I fold, boom, I drop, foot down, boom, yeah, and then I grab anywhere here. So this is also high pat on the horse from Chen Tai Chi, boom. Can you see I come up this way and I spin and come round. So we go this way. So push, I fold, I brush off, I come round, I hit, boom. And then here, as you're taking the person to the ground, you actually hit, boom. This is why we, from here, we touch. Is to show this kind of, as you're pulling, you hit the person down. So this is same as in Chen, you have movements like this, yeah? And also we have this little, we did playing the guitar, yeah? So as he comes here, push, boom. So this is quite horrible. So as I come, I'm going to, if you spin round, I'm going to pull his neck and pull. Can you see? Like this type of tearing to strain or rip something what I'm holding. So this is the idea of where we go boom, before we extend that. So can you see not all of the movements are done? Like this is one application. I'm taking bits throughout the form, and I'm also trying to link some of it to Chen Tai Chi when I see something that is quite similar, yeah, in terms of the form. Yeah, so a lot of it is still similar, yeah. And then we have, after wave hands, after single whip, we have cloud hands. This is how it looks in Wu style, so I'll do it quickly. So that's just done quickly, yeah. So basically, the cloud hands, how we use it in Wu, or we use it in many ways, like I've showed you, basically like single whip and this way, but another way we like to use it is, so if Ralph is going to come to throw me, yeah, do you want to go under or, yeah. No, behind the back, yeah, so hip throw, yeah, so wait, yeah, so can you see he comes to hip throw me, so he goes again, so maybe he gets me, go, boom, I bounce off, can you see how I use that? And I'm going to use this hand to sink, boom, before he changes again. So if we do it from, if you come from that angle, or should we do, I'll do it to you, you do it to me, okay. So here, you see I'm going to come to hip throw, Ralph. Yeah, I throw. So what Ralph is going to do with his arm that you can't see if we turn this way, yeah. He's going to do, for some of you, we do 8 form, we do this, yeah. Also in the cloud hands, we do this a lot. We empty, yeah. So you'll see what he does as you can do it from any point you want. So as I come to hip, hey, can you see he's taking me down? Yeah, he's basically closing, he's sinking. So again, come in, boom. So can you do it from that angle? Yeah. You come in, so I have my back. So you want to grab here, yeah, come in through the front. So can you see I sink, close, that's one way. Another way, he comes all the way across as he's about to do it, go. I can do it from there, that's even horrible. And then maybe he gets through all of those and he bounces me and I recover, and before he changes, I do the same to take his balance. So this is all the internal strength of where you drop the arm. Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah, and then at the end of, we've done the cloud hands. We step back, we repeat single whip, and we finish like so. Boom. So this movement here is if you push, my arm drag, I grab behind, yeah, and I throw to the floor. So this is basically, and you see as I come down, I grab, and then I come up, and that's the closing form. So another classical way we do this is he punches, right step in, yeah. So I go wave hands. Can you see I use that same, like in Bagua, that same step, boom. I come, boom, and we lift and we dump the tailbone to the ground, or we lift, move about. You can use your imagination. So generally, practically, we push in and step in, push, yeah. Can you see I can get the back, boom, I can take him down. So this is how we would generally kind of use it, yeah. And then here, can you see, boom, 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 you relax the shoulders. So anytime, for example, push into my arms, I just need to relax. Sometimes push in, I relax my arms, I can come in, push in, I relax, oops, you're right, yeah. I relax my arms. So again on this side, so rather than fighting it, push, I relax, push, relax, I can change, you see, so I'm using this to have this relaxation, yeah, push in, boom, you can come over, push in, and then you have stuff like this. Then another way we do it, so this is also to show you, everyone always asks about this movement from the Chen Tai Chi, so we use the push hand, so push when you're ready. Can you see I open as he pushes, as I feel? So remember, push hands is a platform to practice your jins, your strength, in a safer way. You start to develop the strength. So we use these little patterns to train certain moves, because he's kind of trying to unbalance me. I'm trying to unbalance him, and then when I feel, I can come in. You see, I'm using this opening. Yeah, so if you do it at an angle, so push, Can you see a feel? So if I move away, you can see. But this is, it has that same relaxation of the shoulder for it to use. And this is also, we use this kind of bagua type. Boom, boom, boom. The same type of idea, yeah? Just to show you the idea. So that's quite a few of the applications from the 7th form, yeah? So you can see there's a lot more, but obviously we're out of time, and I just wanted to share some of this. I'll also share some of the 2-person stuff I talk about online with the online classes that I can't always share. So I had Ralph come in, so thank you, Ralph. Appreciate your help.
Okay.
And thank you everybody for turning up, showing an interest in Wu style Tai Chi and helping people in Palestine as well. So really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I'll be back to normal in my normal space where I normally teach from. This is just an experiment for today. Yeah. So thank you. Hope everybody's okay. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask.